Hello everybody and welcome to our Design Technology Helpful Hints for Revision. One of the most useful things for you to remember is that the 2-hour exam is split into 3 sections. The first is made up of mainly multiple choice questions and covers core technical principles. This includes all material areas and their properties, so timbers, polymers, textiles, etc. At a basic level, and topics such as new and emerging technologies, energy generation, mechanical devices. The second section, which is worth 30 marks, is your specialist technical principles, where Rawlins pupils are focusing on polymers and timbers in more depth than is required for Section A. This consists of short answer questions that are 30 marks. Section C has the largest number of marks available and focuses on designing and making strategies, and it is made up of short answers and extended response questions. So this is exactly the same as you've done in your mock exams. You're very used to it being section A, B and C, but it's really useful for you to know the difference between those 3 areas. And as I've just said, the exam is 2 hours. So you've got 2 hours to complete section A, B and C. Another useful strategy is our CGP revision guides. Now, you will be really used to using these because these have been your homework over the last few months. So remember that the blue revision guide has all the information in there that you need, and the white book is the workbook, and it's got lots and lots of practice exam questions. Now, a lot of your homework will have been by using these workbooks or this workbook, and you'll be able to go through that and go back through the questions that you've answered already and any that you might have missed along the way. These are really, really useful because they include, or that they're laid out like the exam paper will be. So that's really useful. That's the CGP revision guide. Another really useful place is BBC Bitesize. They've got a really great area if you go onto there, look at design and technology and AQA design and technology. And it's got revision on there. It's got notes for you to read through. It's got videos to watch. And again, it's split into those different sections. So make sure that you go through that. You can answer the questions as well as working through the revision on there. So that's BBC Bitesize. We've also got Seneca. Now, you've used Seneca before as well. And again, just like all the other things, it's split into those 3 sections as well. So you can go through, you can see just on here that we've got core technical principles, and you can work your way through those. So please make sure that you do that as well. So, tips for the exam. So always make sure that you read every question carefully. Don't write an essay about modelling if it's asking about developing prototypes. Okay, so make sure that you do that. Use the number of marks as a guide on how much to write. So try to write a point for each mark. For example, if the question's worth 3 marks, write 3 points, not just a single sentence. Write your answers clearly using good grammar, spelling and punctuation. If the examiner can't read your answer, you won't get any marks, even if it's right. Use the correct terminology. You've been studying this for quite a few years now, so you need to make sure that you know your technical terms and use these. So make sure that you know what CMYK is, what MDF is. You can't write about these if you don't know what they mean. It's highly likely that you will be asked to sketch in the exam, so make sure that these are really clear. Draw clearly and label your sketches. It makes it easier for the examiner to see what you're trying to get across. And finally, don't panic. If you really can't do a question in the exam, just leave it and move on to the next one. You can come back to it at the end. Finally, make sure that you understand the command words and make sure this plays part of your revision. Okay, the questions will often use command words. And these words tell you how to answer the question. If you don't know what they mean, you might not answer the question properly. And here are some you might come across. So the first is state. You should give a short answer or list. You don't need to explain why. And these will be the shorter marked questions or smaller marked questions. You might see the word define, and this is where you give a clear, precise meaning of the word or phrase. They might use the word outline. This is where you give a brief summary of a process. There might be a question where it asks you to explain, maybe explain a technique, and you should give reasons to show why. They might use the word describe, and you should give a detailed description of something. Later on in the exam paper, where maybe the larger mark questions, you might see the word discuss. And this is where you should make a balanced argument covering a range of opinions. And finally, you might see the word assess or evaluate. And this is where you use evidence and your own knowledge to come to a conclusion. And this is all of the stuff that you're showing the examiner what you know and how you can actually put that into your work and into that those answers. Okay, hopefully that that has given you a little bit of a point in the right direction for your revision. Good luck. And if you do need any other help or you want any other information or you're not sure about anything, please come and see one of your design and technology teachers. Good luck.